Ready to get started? All right, we're going to begin in the middle of our paper, and we're going to make a great big curved line as if we were drawing a big smile, maybe onto one of our characters that we've been working on. We're going to make a real happy line right here. Now we want the two ends of the line to be about the same height, so if you put your pencil up against them, they should make a horizontal line with your pencil. Okay. We're going to connect these two ends with a second large curved line, but this one does not dip down as far. It's going to stop right in here somewhere. This is the top of your owl's head. That. Now these little pointy bits here are going to be your owl's ears. And we can go ahead and come in here, and we're going to do a little curved line in here showing the inside of the owl's ear as being here and here. Now inside of this space we're going to draw an oval, and this oval is our owl's tummy, and we're going to be doing some fun patterning inside of that oval shape in a bit. The wings that we're going to make are also ovals, but they're a little bit more narrow, and they go right here like this. They sort of lean, they're like a diagonal oval. Right? They're not straight up and down, they're not vertical, they're not side to side, horizontal. They're diagonal. Okay. Now this line right here cutting through my owl's wings, I need to erase that because my owl's wings are not see-through. They are overlapping her body, and I show that by getting rid of those lines that are in the middle of her wings, those lines that I used to create her body. I can't see through there. Okay. What we're going to do next is we're going to give our owl some eyes. Now, I usually keep my eyes pretty simple, but in this design, the eyes get a little kind of crazy, maybe. We're going to start with some little small circles. And those will be the owl's pupils, and they pretty much have big eyes. So I'm going to do another bigger circle around both of those pupils, and then I'm going to add some fun designs around each eye. Yours don't have to be like mine. You could put anything around here. I'm going to do like in comic books you might see an explosion might look like this, like kapow. You could do hearts, you could do stars, you could do, gosh, you got any ideas? If you've got some different ideas than me, by all means, feel free to be as creative as you'd like. Or maybe you don't want any of that. Maybe you just want like some really long eyelashes, something like that. Maybe it's a pirate owl and you're going to give it an eye patch. Well, you know, do whatever you think looks cool. It's up to you. Now for the beak here, that's where I'm going with this short little horizontal line. I'm going to turn this into an upside down triangle like that. And I want to make it look like my bird is talking. So the way I'm going to do that is by drawing the bottom of the beak. I'm going to come down from this corner with a short vertical line. And then I'm going to come to the middle of this line right here, from this point to this point with a diagonal line. And now it looks like my bird is talking to me. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and make my bird's feet next. They come down here underneath the body. We're going to do two short parallel. That means that these two lines are following the same path. Two short parallel vertical lines. They go up and down. That's one leg, and I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. Two short parallel vertical lines for my owl's other leg. Did you know that owls had legs? When I'm drawing birds, I don't usually like to draw their feet. but this owl is standing, and so I feel it would be absolutely necessary for us to give it feet, right? Could be sitting down, if not standing, using triangle shapes for the toes, just little triangles. That's a jagged line, a line that goes down and makes a point and then back, and then down and makes a point and then back. That's a jagged line. So I've used a jagged line to make triangle shapes for my bird's toes. Did you know that owls are raptors? That's right. There are only a few kinds of birds that are actually raptors, and owls are one of them. Eagles, I know, are also raptors, and hawks. I think there's a few more. Can you guys think of any birds that belong in the raptor category? I'm just curious. These lines that I drew down the middle of my wings, these are diagonal lines. I put them in the center from left to right. And now I'm just going to go down the sides of them with some shorter diagonal lines. I'm trying to mimic what I think a feather looks like. Even though this is a wing, I'm thinking about how a feather would look for my fun patterning. Inside of the tummy, I'm going to do some overlapping feathers, and I'm going to be using a bumpy line for this. A bumpy line is different than a wavy line. A wavy line flows like this. A bumpy line starts and stops. Stop, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Do you see the difference? Okay. Well, we're going to flip these upside down. So we're actually going to be starting here along the top. We're going to bump down and up, down and up, down and up. And just go across in a horizontal row, that. Now, the way to make these look like small feathers is that the second row is offset. And what that means is that it starts, your next row of feathers start in the center of the feather up above it. So this bumpy line doesn't start here with this line. Instead, it starts here in the center of this bump. Okay, and so I will repeat my bumpy line by going from center to center to center to center. Here I go. I'm going to go down and start my line and curve up to the center of the bump above. I'm going to start and go down and curve my line and stop at the center of the bump above. And I will repeat this, stopping in the center of the bump above all the way across. Now, what do I do now? Okay, if I'm here in the center of this bump, I just make another one of these shapes right here. I go down and I curve my line up to the side of that larger oval shape that is the tummy. I'm going to come over here and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to finish this line up by curving down and coming up and touching the side. Okay, I'm going to make another row of these. I'm going to start here in the middle of this one. I'm going to go down and curve up to the center of the bump up above. I'm going to keep going across and make those bumpy lines. Now on the bottom, this is all I have to do here on the bottom. We don't see the bottom curve on that row of feathers, okay? And I'm just going to come in on the top and I'm going to drop in here with a curved line, a little smiley face line, and I'm going to put it on top of these points right here. Now the whole tummy is filled up. I have my wings done. I have my beak, my really cool eyes. I have the insides of my ears. I have my funny triangular feet. there's just one more detail to add, and it goes right up here, the top of the ears. And this is just a little bit of feathers up here, a little bit of fluff on the top of their ears. What is that for? I really don't know. That's a very good question. And if you have some time today, maybe look it up, or this week, whenever you're curious about it, go and see if you can find the answer to that. I think we also need little toenails down here. What do you think? Should we do little curved lines down here and make some toenails? All right, the next step, as you know, is to color your owl. You don't have to, but that would be the next step, is to add some color. Now, a lot of you are going to say to me, okay, so brown, I need some brown, yellow, orange. What color is an owl anyway? Is there white? Is there gray? Well, we want these to look really fun and colorful. These are like our springtime owls. And so what are some springtime colors that maybe you could use instead of natural looking tones? Yes, yellow. I definitely agree. Yellow and like maybe a spring green, pinks and purples, some red and pastel blue would look really nice. Some orange. Well, so what is that? All the colors of our rainbow probably you could use and make this look really, really cool. When you're all done, hey, you can always add a background, right? Where is your bird at? And when you're finished and you're absolutely in love with it, do me a favor and send me a picture. I can't wait to see your artwork. All right then, until next time, take care.